Now, from the Low Country's news leader, this is Live 5 News.
Now at 7, an autopsy is scheduled today in Charleston for the missing 6-year-old found dead this week in the Midlands. And one presidential candidate is in town where you can catch the former vice president today. But first, you'll want to grab those coats before you head out today as the cold weather has returned to the Low Country. Meteorologist Danielle Prinz is joining us from the First Alert Weather Center. Good morning, Danielle.
Good morning.
A lot different this morning than it was yesterday. How much cooler is it?
It's about 15 degrees colder this morning compared to yesterday at this time. So once again, we are back to winter, so have those coats. Gorgeous day, though, is ahead for us, especially this morning. Just tracking a few clouds inland over areas like Monk's Corner, and right now this temperature is 38 degrees with that wind out of the northeast at 8 miles per hour. So that's really helping it feel a bit cooler out there. Here's a look at the wind chill temperature. So temperatures feeling like it's 27 degrees in Kingstree, 26 in Orangeburg. Feeling cold out there, then closer to our coast for areas like North Charleston, wind chill right now at 33 degrees. So a gorgeous days ahead for us. Perfect if you are heading out to Seawee or maybe taking that polar plunge later this morning. You have some chilly temperatures to look ahead to, but right around 9 a.m., mid 40s, low 50s by 11 a.m. and by 1 o'clock temperatures should be peaking into the upper 50s this afternoon. So a tad bit cooler than where we should be for this time of the year. We're expecting those temperatures to peak right around 59 degrees this afternoon. Keep in mind, average is 63. Now tomorrow we are tracking slightly warmer temperatures, more clouds, and the return of rain possibly to the Low Country. So all those details coming up.
Danielle will be continuing to track those temperatures. Download the Live 5 First Alert Weather app for all the details. It's free in the App Store. Today, the 6-year-old who was found dead days after she went missing in the Midlands will undergo an autopsy at the Medical University of South Carolina Hospital right here in Charleston. Authorities in KC, right outside of Columbia, say they found Faye Swetlick's body on Thursday morning. It was in a wooded area near her neighborhood. She was last seen playing by her home on Monday afternoon. Police say Faye's 30-year-old neighbor, who was found dead in his home Thursday, is linked to the case. Cody Taylor graduated from Bluffton High back in 2007. While police say the two deaths are related, they haven't explained exactly how. We do know that authorities say critical evidence they found while searching trash linked them. They also say Taylor was interviewed earlier in the week and they searched his home. Authorities say while it wasn't the outcome they hoped for, they're thankful to the neighborhood for its cooperation.
We want to thank that neighborhood. We went in there and turned their lives upside down. We made them late for work, we searched their homes, and we invaded their privacy. But we did it for a reason, and we had a goal.
The investigation remains open, but no arrests have been made. Right now, police in Summerville need your help finding a missing teenager. Take a look at your screen. She was last seen more than a month ago. Summerville police are looking for Destiny Creel. They say Destine Krill. They say the 14-year-old left her home on January 4th. They say she was carrying 2 red book bags at the time she disappeared. Police say she's known to frequent the area near Boone Hill Road in Summerville. And in Mount Pleasant, police are looking for another teen who they say is a runaway. 17-year-old Medika Valkars was last seen Monday evening. Police believe she disappeared sometime between 8 that night and 6:30 the next morning. Anyone with information on either of these missing teenagers are asked to call police. A woman is facing charges after police say they found her mother dead in horrific conditions at a Charleston apartment. Police charged 44-year-old Reagan Doherty with knowing and willful neglect of a vulnerable adult. Charleston police were called to the apartment of the 79-year-old woman Thursday for a welfare check. That's when they say they found her body on the bathroom floor in a state of decomposition, covered in towels. Police say Doherty's mother didn't have a bed and would sleep in a chair that didn't recline. Dorchester District 2 school officials are investigating after a kindergarten student was dropped off by his school bus nearly 4 miles from his actual stop. The boy was supposed to be dropped off near Somerville High School. Instead, DD2 officials confirmed the boy was dropped off in a subdivision just off of Old Trolley Road. A woman said saw the 6-year-old walking down the road all by himself and decided to call 911. The child's dad says he hopes the district does the right thing so it doesn't happen again. State law enforcement are now investigating after a Charleston County deputy shot a suspect that authorities say shot at the deputy first. It happened around 11 on Thursday night near Salters Lane in Dorchester County. The Charleston County Sheriff's Office says they were chasing a man wanted for domestic violence in North Charleston. Deputies say the man started running towards the woods and fired at a deputy who was following him. The deputy also fired, hitting the suspect. The deputy was not hurt by the suspect, but that suspect was taken to the hospital where he's expected to be okay. The names of those involved have yet to be released. Former Vice President Joe Biden is scheduled to be here in the Lowcountry today. The presidential candidate is attending a Berkeley County Democratic Party meeting in Moncks Corner that's happening at 10 this morning. He'll also be taking part in the opening of the Charleston County Democratic office at noon. We have information on how you can RSVP on our website, live5news.com. Candidates are also gearing up for the Democratic debate and caucus in Nevada this upcoming week. 4 of those candidates participated in a Latino town hall yesterday in Las Vegas, hoping to gain momentum and share the issues that they care about. The next Democratic debate will be on Wednesday in Las Vegas. Nevada voters will have their voices heard next Saturday. And we're just 2 weeks away from our Democratic primary here in South Carolina. The state's Republican primary decided not to host a primary of their own this year. On February 29th here at Live 5, we will have reporters all across the state to cover the candidates vying for your vote. We'll also bring you those results as soon as they come in. Coming up, see the drastic measures being taken as China works to contain the coronavirus outbreak. But first, the CDC is releasing more information on this flu season, including just how many people have died here in the U.S. from the virus. In your Health Watch, the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention say there's been at least 26 million cases of the flu this season here in the U.S. Of those cases, at least 14,000 people have died, including 92 children. Flu season began last year on September 29th. The agency says the flu virus activity has been widespread in nearly every U.S. region, with high levels of activity in 48 states and Puerto Rico. The CDC says at least 250,000 people have been hospitalized because of the flu. Meanwhile, the CDC is intensifying the battle against the deadly coronavirus that has infected more than 67,000 people worldwide. More than 1,500 of those people have died, nearly all of them in China. Carter Evans has more on China's drastic measures to stop the outbreak.
This is what can happen to people who don't wear masks in the epicenter of the outbreak. As security forces patrol the streets of Wuhan during a total lockdown. For medical personnel, protective gear like suits and masks are in short supply, as is adequate care. Hospitals and clinics are overflowing with the sick and dying. In the U.S., the CDC is ramping up its own response to the epidemic by setting up 5 laboratories around the country where people with flu-like symptoms can now go and be tested for the virus if their flu results are negative. This as scientists around the world race to develop a vaccine.
So you're using DNA and genetics to teach the body how to attack the virus.
Exactly, and to recognize the virus and then attack it immediately.
Inovio Pharmaceuticals in San Diego has already successfully developed vaccines for Ebola and Zika. Dr. Kate Broderick says the coronavirus vaccine they're working on now is showing promise.
It's currently being tested in the lab, literally as we speak, and we're manufacturing large-scale quantities of it to get it into human testing by the early summer.
UC San Diego Health says it's currently treating 2 coronavirus patients and a third is under investigation. All 3 of them arrived on that evacuation flight from China last week. They were quarantined just up the road at Marine Corps Air Station Miramar. Carter Evans, CBS News, San Diego.
And the U.S. is now preparing to evacuate Americans from the Diamond Princess cruise ship. That ship has been docked in Japan under quarantine for nearly 2 weeks. You can see the ship right there. The U.S. Embassy in Tokyo says the voluntary evacuation will take place tomorrow. But anyone who is showing signs of the coronavirus is not allowed to leave. Up next, college baseball is back. Kevin Bilodeau will have more as the College of Charleston kicks off the season. And when we get back, Danielle Prinz will have a full look at your weekend forecast.
Now, your first alert forecast from Live 5 News.
Well, a beautiful day is unfolding across the low country. Happy weekend to you. I'm meteorologist Danielle Prinz, feeling quite different this morning from what we felt yesterday morning at this time. Check this out. Most spots are down by right around 10 to 15 degrees cooler this morning than yesterday morning. So grab the jackets. Looks beautiful out there, though. As you can see, this sunrise here just out over the Moncks Corner area. We'll start to see those temperatures heating up now, but many areas starting off into the upper 30s this morning. So feeling cold, that high pressure is in control. That'll keep things dry as we head throughout your Saturday, but by tomorrow, the chance for rain does return to our forecast. I'll talk more about that here shortly, but this morning, the big news are these temperatures, upper 30s for some of those spots away from the coastline, 39 degrees in Somerville, 38 degrees in Walterboro. Check out Kingstree, 36 degrees there, then closer to the coast temperatures in the low 40s. So certainly dress warm this morning, have the coat ready to go, maybe a couple extra cups of coffee as well. Now, once you factor in that breeze right out of the northeast, that's noticeable as well this morning. That'll help these temperatures feel even cooler. So check out Kingstree, wind chill 27 degrees there, wind chill of 26 degrees in Orangeburg, and then even closer to our coastline, temperatures feeling like they're starting off into the mid 30s, right around 34 degrees in Johns Island. 36 is what it feels like in Mount Pleasant. It feels like 33 degrees in North Charleston. So a lot of sunshine to start this morning, and we'll really notice that all day long. So if you have any plans outdoors, have the jackets ready to go even into the afternoon hours, but also the sunglasses as we head through the 8 o'clock hour, 9 o'clock hour. Finally, those temperatures warming into the mid 40s, and then as we head closer to lunchtime today, temperatures right around 50 degrees. We should see some high clouds increasing later on today. That's out ahead of that next system that we are tracking tomorrow, coastal trough that could bring some showers to our area. So get outside this afternoon, soak in all that sunshine, but keep in mind we'll have that breeze elevated a bit right out of the northeast, 10 to 15 miles per hour. So a great idea to really just keep that jacket handy all day long. Then tonight, the difference will be clouds increasing overnight, so that'll keep those temperatures not as cold tomorrow morning, dropping off into the low 40s, but still good enough for a jacket if you're heading into church or out to brunch tomorrow morning. Better chance to rain tomorrow will be for the afternoon and evening hours. Not expecting too much, but if you are headed out around 10 o'clock tomorrow morning, 11 o'clock, possibly a spotty shower, but then again, another chance for some showers as we head into tomorrow afternoon. Evening hours could see some hit or miss showers. Not expecting too much. Should be out of here quite quickly. Then by Monday, President's Day, maybe if you are off of work, can't rule out a light shower, but overall, most of the day Monday looks to be dry. A lot of clouds out there. Then by Tuesday and Wednesday, that's when we're tracking some unsettled weather, possibly some scattered rain Tuesday. Warmer temperatures, feeling like spring. Don't get used to it though, because that next cold front moves through by the end of the work week. Check out Friday's high temperatures into the upper 40s, kicking off the end of the next work week with temperatures in the upper 20s.
Now, from the Low Country's news leader, it's time for the George Sink Sports Desk.
Good morning, everybody. We'll begin with college baseball. Opening day around the country on Friday. Everyone hoping to get the 2020 season off on the right foot, including here at the College of Charleston, kicking off Chad Holbrook's third season with the Cougars. CFC opening up the year at home as they take on Iona. Chad Holbrook out for that first game of 2020. Didn't get off to the best start. Top of the first, Sam Punzi at the plate lifts this Jordan Carr pitch all the way to the warning track in left center. Good for a double and a pair of RBI. Gales get on the board first. Carr, though, would bounce back. He gets Stephen Furman swinging to end the inning. CFC down 3-0 after one. Bottom of the second, one on from McClendon Sears. And the redshirt sophomore splits the gap in left center, brings home Ari Shakopoulos. That's the first Cougars run of 2020. They would add a few more, and they get the victory at home to open up the season, beating Iona 5-4. The Citadel opening up at home as they take on Coppin State on Friday. Shane Connolly getting the start on the mound for the Bulldogs on opening day. He looked very good early on. Scoreless after one. Here's Connolly getting the strikeout to end the first. He would have 8 Ks and 7 innings of work on the day. Bottom of the first, Jeffrey Brown getting the things off on the right foot for the offense. Puts one into the gap in left center. Leads the season off with the triple that led to Ryan McCarthy. Later in the inning, the grounder over to short. Brown going to score, makes it 1-0 Dogs. And the Citadel starts off the season with a victory over Coppin State. Final in this one, the Cid takes it by the score of 5-1. Finally in hockey, the Stingrays playing over the Adirondack on Friday. Rays on the attack early on in this one, getting some opportunities right in front of the net, but the shots going to get turned away, and this one stayed 0-0 early on. Later in the first, it was the Thunder's turn to come up with some shots. And here's Logan Thompson coming up with one of his 33 saves on the night. It's still 0-0. Still in the first, Rays break through. Christophers Bindelis puts in his 5th on the season. Rays up 1-0 after one. This one would end up going into overtime, and the Stingrays come away with a 4-3 victory. That's going to do it for sports. Everyone have a great day.
Check this out. Some of our Live 5 News team is up for the Charleston City Paper's Best of Charleston Awards. Here's a look at our nominees. You just heard from Kevin Bilodeau, who's up for Best Sports Anchor. There's also Bill Sharp and Lisa Wiseman for Best TV Anchor. Harv Jacobs and Carter Coyle for Best Investigative Reporters. And our Chief Meteorologist, Bill Walsh, for the Best TV Weather Forecaster. Live 5 is also nominated for Best Local Website and TV Station. You can vote for the nominees right now through March 5th. The link to vote is on live5news.com. Just click on the big red box. Still ahead, see how a 5-year-old from Georgia saved his entire family as their house went up in flames. But first, Chief Meteorologist Bill Walsh will give us a peek at what you can expect from the Southeastern Wildlife Expo this weekend. The Southeastern Wildlife Expo, known as SeaWe, is back. Here's a look at some of the events that kicked off yesterday and continues all weekend. It's the largest event of its kind, attracting more than 40,000 people. Our Chief Meteorologist Bill Walsh has more on those festivities from the Gilliard Center.
Good morning, guys. It is cold this morning, but we're inside, and look at this beautiful venue here at the Gilliard. This is going to be full of people because it's SeaWe, Southeastern Wildlife Expo. Say hi to Bush Wildlife's Amy. Hey, Amy, how are you doing?
Very well, thank you.
We've got a little friend right here. Look at this. Landon, can you get a nice picture of what do we have here? Well, we know what this is.
This is Chomper.
Hi, Chomper.
He's an American alligator.
His name is Chomper, of course. Hey, Chomper. Wow. Does he speak? Hello. No, he doesn't, but that's okay.
No, he's quiet.
So we have a lot of these around here. Folks see these. How old is Chomper?
Chomper's about 3 years old, and you can tell he's about 3 feet long. Okay. They grow about a foot a year till they're 10 years old.
And they eat pretty much everything, right?
Yeah, exactly. They're very opportunistic also. They'll generally just lay under the water with their mouth open, and whatever fish happens to swim in, that's dinner.
And we also have all kinds of animals at the show today. Tell me some of the other animals.
We've got fox and crane and pelican. And, Columbus Zoo is going to be here. They brought their own penguin and echidnas and all kinds of fun stuff.
Pal Jack, Hannah, and Susie, they're here. Awesome. It's going to be fantastic.
They're so fantastic.
All right, and Mary, there's Mary Roberts. Come over here, Mary. We're talking about how big this is for the city. 5 venues this year, and there's a new real driving experience. Tell me about that.
Yeah, the Land Rover driving experience. It's actually at Brittle Bank Park this year, right past the kid zone, and you can actually drive a Land Rover over and test different terrains.
That is incredible. Yeah. It's going to be, and the weather looks good. It's cold this morning, but it's going to be a great looking day.
It is, and you got to come to the Gilliard after you check out their show. Right. Go on the lawn, and you can check out Orvis with fly fishing demos actually all weekend.
That is so cool. All right, we're live at SeaWe. We'll be taking the polar plunge later at the Isle of Palms at the Windjammer, about between 11 and 12. We'll see you there, of course. Come on out, the Southeastern Wildlife Expo all weekend. Huge. We're getting wild in Charleston. Back to you guys.
And those SeaWe events are kicking off again this morning at 8:30. You can get tickets at the Gilliard Center and the Charleston Visitor Center. After the break, people in the Low Country are getting ready to take a dip in the cold, cold ocean, as well as more events happening this weekend. But first, how a firefighter in Texas is doing after debris falls on him during this massive fire.
Now, from the Low Country's news leader, this is Live 5 News.
Good Saturday morning. Many people across the Low Country are waking up to temperatures back in the 30s. Meteorologist Danielle Prinz is tracking this cooler air. And Danielle, will we need that jacket all weekend long?
You might want to keep it handy into tomorrow as well, Alexis, but today's certainly the cooler day of the weekend. Waking up to plenty of blue sky out there, a lot of sunshine on tap today. Not a cloud in the sky with this live look here just out over Danielle Island, but right away stepping out the door, you will notice how cold it is feeling across the Low Country. Check out the wind chill in some areas back into Kingstree, Monk's Corner, Orangeburg. Wind chill right now into the mid to upper 20s. Closer to the coast, areas like North Charleston, temperatures feel like 33 degrees. 33 is what it feels like. Even out on Johns Island, feels like 30 degrees right now in Somerville. So bundle up this morning. Here's a look at our wind chill tracker, maybe getting ready for the polar plunge this morning. Certainly dress as warm as you can, right around 9 a.m. feeling like it's in the upper 30s for North Charleston, feeling like it's right around 43 degrees out at Folly Beach. Then fast forward to right around 10 o'clock and still some spots for those inland areas like Kingstree and Orangeburg, temperatures feeling like they're into the mid to upper 30s at that point. So a lot of sunshine as we head throughout this morning and this afternoon, and those temperatures closer to the 10 o'clock hour should be heating up into the upper 40s, low 50s right around 11 a.m. And as we head into the afternoon hours, temperatures should peak into the upper 50s. So tad bit cooler for where they should be for this time of the year, but a gorgeous day unfolding to kick off what is a very busy weekend. But we do have the chance for some rain tomorrow. We'll talk more about that and the best timing when you could possibly see some of those showers.
A deputy in North Carolina is now on paid administrative leave after officials say he shot and killed a reported armed suspect. Anson County deputies say they were called to a scene yesterday afternoon in reference to a person with a gun who was threatening others. This is just southeast of Charlotte near Wadesboro. Deputies say when they found the suspect, a chase began but ended after a spike strip was deployed. The sheriff says the suspect got out of the vehicle with a gun and began pointing the gun at deputies. That's when a deputy shot and killed the suspect. Right now, no names have been released in this case. A firefighter in Texas is recovering right now after these massive flames broke out early yesterday morning in Dallas. Crews say no one was inside the one-story building when they responded. While firefighters were working to put out the flames, their captain was hit by falling debris. Fortunately, he was able to crawl out from the debris on his own. The cause of that fire is under investigation. That captain is expected to be okay, but he did suffer significant injuries to his back and foot. In the upstate, the Anderson County Sheriff's Office says 4 people are facing charges in connection to the death of a 2-year-old. Deputies say the toddler was found dead late Thursday night in her bedroom. The Anderson County coroner says she had been dead for at least a day or 2 when she was found. 3 adults and 1 juvenile have been arrested and charged with unlawful neglect of a child. They include Thomas Roberts and Dylan McAllister, shown here, along with Chasiah Gilbody, and the juvenile has not been identified. The coroner's office says the toddler's cause of death was cardiac arrest. More charges are expected to come. Also in the upstate, Anderson County deputies are investigating a shooting that left a man and pregnant woman dead. They say it happened Thursday night in Belton. 33-year-old Tamel Nash was found dead at the scene, and 21-year-old Sabrina Lowry was taken to the hospital with a gunshot wound. Deputies say she was 37 weeks pregnant and died during surgery along with her baby. It's unclear if the victims knew each other, but their deaths have been ruled as homicides. Listen to this. A 5-year-old boy in Georgia is being hailed a hero after he saved not only himself, but his entire family from a house fire. Wendy Corona has the details from an area northwest of Atlanta.
I'm in my bed. I don't know where the flames came from.
Noah Woods knew something wasn't right and also knew he had to do something.
Pick Lily up, got the window with Lily, get the dog, and got out. I got myself out.
Bartow County Fire Rescue confirmed it was an electrical fire that started Sunday morning from an outlet in the room Noah shares with his 2-year-old sister Lily. Fire tape is still up all around the Kingston home. It was after Noah got his sister, the dog, and himself out of that window that he then ran up those stairs to alert his uncle to help get everyone else out of the house.
If it weren't for Noah, then we wouldn't. We was all asleep, so we wouldn't have known what was going on, so we could all lost our life.
The only injury, a small burn Noah showed me on his wrist. The extended family of 9 did not have insurance, but told me the community is helping them pull together clothing. David Woods is a contractor and hopes to rebuild and get the family back in soon. He considers this time together a blessing.
Nobody got hurt. We got smoked up a little bit, but we're all still alive.
What an incredible kid. And we made it to the weekend, and there are plenty of things to do across the low country. In just a few hours, people will be starting their Saturday with a chilly dip into the ocean. The annual Polar Plunge is happening at the Windjammer on the Isle of Palms at 10:30 this morning. All proceeds will go to the Special Olympics of South Carolina. Be on the lookout. People from Live 5 News will be taking that cold plunge. But if you're looking to stay a little warmer and still support a good cause, the Cupid's Undie Run collects money for people with a genetic tumor disorder. The run is a brief mile of fun on Folly Beach. Runners will line up at Loggerheads Beach Grill at 2 o'clock this afternoon. It's $45 to participate. Looking ahead, Live 5 is teaming up with the Red Cross to host a blood drive this upcoming week. It's taking place on Thursday at the Citadel Mall. All donors will get a long sleeve t-shirt. You can book your appointment online or tune in Wednesday when we'll be hosting a phone bank to schedule those appointments then. Thursday's blood drive is from noon to 7 p.m. And we'll bring you the latest out of Washington as President Trump drops what's being called a bombshell in one of his most recent tweets. And a community continues to mourn 2 years after 17 people were shot and killed at a Florida high school. For many in South Florida and around the country, Valentine's Day is the day they remember the deadly shooting at Marjory Stoneman Douglas High School. It's now been 2 years since a gunman opened fire in the school. Gina Benitez has more from Parkland, Florida.
There's no way to explain it. It's hard to explain the feeling that you get when you walk into school.
A school that 2 years ago was changed forever. On February 14th, 2018, 17 lives were lost at Marjory Stoneman Douglas High School.
I myself lost a couple of friends too, so it is a little hard.
Students heading to class on this Valentine's Day with their hearts heavy.
I feel better rather staying here than being home.
Some weren't here at the time, but still feel the impact.
I wasn't here for the incident. I was only in 7th grade. So I feel that instead of me staying home, I should help out with the people that helped out with the shooting.
As part of the district's Day of Service and Love, a breakfast held at MSD for first responders. Broward Sheriff Gregory Toney attending.
It was difficult to come in and see all these young folks giving us applause and saying thank you for our services, understanding that not too long ago we came up short.
Broward School Superintendent Robert Runcie also here, sharing some of what the district has done since that day.
We've invested over $100 million in safety and security measures, including adding thousands of additional video surveillance cameras.
And we have to continue to safeguard this community and continue to heal together.
When we come back, Danielle will give us another look at our full forecast as many prepare to head out to the Southeastern Wildlife Expo.
Now, your first alert forecast from Live 5 News.
Well, it is feeling a bit cold across the low country. Good Saturday morning to meteorologist Danielle Prinz. We had that cooler air settle in overnight, and we're waking up to temperatures colder this morning than yesterday morning, down by about 13 degrees in North Charleston, also 13 in Moncks Corner, 11 degrees in Kingstree. So cooler this morning, and as we head really throughout all day long, you're going to want to make sure that you keep the jackets handy. Not seeing any clouds in the sky here as we take this live look just out to the Ravenel Bridge. Plenty of sunshine to start, so have those sunglasses ready to go, but also the coats, because once you factor in that breeze this morning right out of the northeast, that's helping those temperatures feel cooler than what they actually are. So if you're waking up in the Orangeburg area, temperatures there feel like 26 degrees, a wind chill of 27 in Kingstree. 29 is what it feels like in Moncks Corner and Somerville. Right now, temperatures there feeling as if they were right at 30 degrees and closer to our coast, North Charleston, Johns Island. Temperatures there starting off are feeling like they're into the low 30s this morning. So bundle up. Current temperatures, though, closer to our coastline, low to mid 40s this morning. You can see down in Edisto Beach, 45 degrees there, 43 degrees in Kiowa Island. Then farther inland, those temperatures starting off into the 30s, 38 degrees in Moncks Corner, 36 in Kingstree. So cold start to the day, but we are noticing a lot of sunshine out there this morning. Perfect if you are headed out to Seawee. So right around 9 o'clock this morning, 44 degrees, low 50s around 11 a.m. and right around 1 o'clock, 57 degrees. But we'll have that breeze right out of the northeast throughout the day. So even though we see all the sunshine and we have some cooler air factor in that breeze as well, you'll want to keep the jackets with you all day long. We could see some more high clouds working their way into our forecast later on today, but regardless, we should feel those temperatures heating up into the upper 50s this afternoon. So the average for this time of the year is now 63 degrees, but it will be a tad bit cooler than that. But if you like the cooler air, you'll love today. Tomorrow will be a tad bit warmer, and we'll notice that warming trend, especially as we head throughout this work week. But overnight, some more clouds should increase across the low country, and that'll help lock in some of the heat. So tomorrow morning, temperatures won't be starting off as chilly as this morning. Still jacket worthy, but the big difference between your Saturday and Sunday will be the chance for rain returning back to our forecast tomorrow. So make sure you have the umbrella with you tomorrow, just in case a few showers develop in your area. But right around tomorrow morning, 4 a.m., 5 a.m., more clouds throughout the low country. A few showers possible into the later morning hours, and then once again into the afternoon and evening hours. We do have the chance for a couple of light showers, hit or miss showers, as we head throughout tomorrow afternoon and evening. So do make sure you have the umbrella with you. Monday, President's Day, does look to be like a little bit of a break from those shower chances before returning as we head throughout the middle portion of the week. Now, as far as those temperatures topping out today into the upper 50s, tomorrow possibly into the mid 60s, and then Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday tracking much warmer air. So once again, we'll go from winter today back to spring as we head throughout this work week before winter arrives by the end of the week. Again, very similar pattern to what we've been seeing over the last couple of weeks. So for Monday, President's Day, temperatures near 70 degrees. A lot of clouds still. Tuesday, rain chance right around 60%, 50% by Wednesday. Tracking that next cold front from Wednesday into Thursday. By the end of this upcoming work week, we'll notice much cooler air. Check out Friday's forecast high, 49 degrees going into Friday morning, right around 29 degrees.
Right now in Washington, federal prosecutors are pursuing more documents and witness testimonies in their investigation into President Trump's personal attorney, Rudy Giuliani. According to the Washington Post, the Department of Justice is also accepting information from Giuliani on Ukraine. It says the DOJ is looking into his business dealings as well as those of his associates. Attorney General William Barr has confirmed the department has established a special intake process for Ukraine information. And federal prosecutors say they won't pursue criminal charges against former FBI Deputy Director Andrew McCabe. Attorney General Barr is also reportedly bringing in an outside team to examine the work of his own prosecutors in the case against President Trump's former national security advisor, Michael Flynn. Katherine Johnson has more as the president asserts what he calls his legal right to get involved in DOJ cases.
President Trump dropped another bombshell on the Justice Department Friday, saying he has the legal right to intervene in federal criminal cases. The president's tweet comes after Attorney General William Barr publicly rebuked him for tweeting about ongoing cases, specifically that of the president's longtime friend, Roger Stone.
To have public statements and tweets made about the department make it impossible for me to do my job.
President Trump said so far he has chosen not to get involved in any criminal case. The controversy erupted after Justice Department officials revised its prosecutor's sentence recommendation for Stone in favor of a lighter term. In another development Friday, it was revealed former FBI Deputy Director Andrew McCabe, a frequent target of the president, will not face charges.
As the president's interest in pursuing his perceived political enemies continued over the last 2 years, we were getting more and more concerned about where this would end up.
McCabe, who was responsible for helping launch the Russia investigation, was under scrutiny over whether he lied to officials about a media leak. And more questions now about the Justice Department's long-held tradition of independence. According to reports, Attorney General Barr has assigned an outside prosecutor to look into the criminal case against President Trump's former national security advisor, Michael Flynn. That is said to have pleased the president. Katherine Johnson, CBS News, the White House.
And Flynn pleaded guilty to lying to the FBI during the investigation into alleged ties between the Trump 26 campaign and Russia. His sentencing has been postponed several times. A consumer alert out this morning. If you take the prescription weight loss drug called Belvic, you might want to listen up. The FDA says it's been linked to cancer and to stop taking it. The generic name for the drug is called Locusrin. Clinical trials have been done by the FDA to show people who take it could end up developing cancer. Health officials say if you've taken the pill, to talk to your doctor. Harriet Tubman may not be appearing on the $20 bill anytime soon, but that doesn't mean you can't pay for things using her likeness. One United Bank is rolling out a Visa card featuring an image of the abolitionist, but not everyone is happy about it. Some people think the gesture with her arms looks like the Wakanda Forever salute from the Marvel film Black Panther, but one United rep says it's sign language for the word love. One United is also the largest Black-owned bank in the country. Up next, an Army dad in New York gives his daughter the surprise of a lifetime on Valentine's Day.
Well, it is a cold start across the low country, so grab the coats. It is beautiful out there. This is a live look just out over Moncks Corner. The sun is shining bright, so have those shades ready to go. Temperatures starting off in the upper 30s. That's the actual temperature, but once you factor in the wind this morning, feels like freezing, below freezing for some of those spots just inland. Check out King Street. Good morning. Temperatures there feeling like it's 27 degrees as we head into the afternoon hours. Should top out right around 59 today. A lot of sunshine, perfect for seaweed. Keep the jacket with you. Mid-60s tomorrow, 70 degrees by President's Day, and some unsettled weather arrives midweek before that next big cool down.
Alexis, I think we have a special guest. Look to your left.
Look at this. A Long Island 5th grader got an extra special Valentine this year. Her dad, Army Staff Sergeant Danielle London, surprised his 10-year-old daughter Alexis at school after an 8-month deployment in Afghanistan. He's had to go overseas 3 times since she was born, missing birthdays, holidays, and more. Now Alexis says all she's looking forward to doing is spending time with her dad. That is just such a sweet, heartwarming moment.
That's the best Valentine's Day
it really is.
surprise.
And we have so many military families here in Charleston, and we know they make so many sacrifices with their loved ones overseas as well. But there's nothing like that moment of getting together.
Certainly a tearjerker.
Y'all have a great day.
Have a good one.